So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, a new one just begun. So this is Christmas, hope you have fun, the old and the dear ones, the old and the young. Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. War is over if you want it. War is over if you want it. How's it going, folks? This is Wayne R back for another lesson and an absolute Christmas classic. John Lennon, War is Over. Happy Christmas. It's quite an intermediate song to play, but I'll show you a simple way as well, but it's a good one to get stuck into. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so this song's in standard tuning. Like I say, there's a lot of chord embellishment going on in this song, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to talk about all the chords that we're using, and then we'll talk about the strumming pattern, and then we'll apply all the little chord embellishment parts. Okay, so the verse chords are an A, so we're going to play an A major, and we're going to go to a B minor, okay, and we're going to go to an E major, and we're going to go back to the A major, then we're going to go to a D major, we're going to go to an E minor, we'll go back to an A, and then we're going to go back to a D. Okay, so that's your verse. I'll do that one more time, just going through the chords. So we've got an A major, so a B minor, E major, back to an A major, then we go to a D, E minor, A major, then we go back to a D. Okay, so through the chorus, so we go from a D, G, New Year, A, we go to an E, it's a good one, G, we go to a D, and then we end with an E7. Okay, so that's like an E major, you take the third finger off, that would be an E7 chord. Okay, so I'm going to go through that section, the verse and the chorus, just with the words, and then, you know, we'll soup it up and bring all the embellishment stuff in. So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, a new one just begun. So this is Christmas, I hope you have fun, oh, and the dear ones, the old and the young. And we're into the chorus, we go to a G, Merry Christmas, and to an A, Happy New Year, E minor, let's hope it's a good one, to a G, without any fear, and we all E7. Okay, so that's your main part, so we've only got an outro now, so I'll go through that in a minute. Okay, so what we need to do now is all this little chord embellishment. So on the A we go A sus2, A sus4, back to an A. Okay, so that's an A sus2, A sus4, back to an A. Okay, on the B minor we take the middle finger off, and then we lift the bar up, and then back over the B minor. So again on that B, so we middle finger off, second finger off, lift the bar up, back down. Then the E major chord, we start with an E sus4. So what that actually, it's like an E major. You need to be putting your little finger on the second fret on the G string. And we take the little finger off, reach the little finger to the 4th fret on the D string, and then back to the normal E. So again with the E, so we go E, E sus4, E, reaching the little finger up to the 4th fret on the D string, then we go to an E. Okay, we go back to the A, so A sus2, A sus4, back to A. The D, we go D, D sus2, D sus4, regular D. Okay, the most tricky one is this one, which is an E minor. Now, you need to be doing the E minor with the first 2 fingers, okay, because we're going to, the little finger's going to pick out the 4th fret on the B string, okay, and then the second finger's going to pick out the 2nd fret on the top E string. Okay, so again, so we got we go back to the A sus2, A sus4, back to A, then we got the D, D sus2, D sus4, back to D. Okay, when you get into the verse, it starts sort of, you know, we don't really do the embellishment thing, it just goes through the normal Merry, Merry Christmas, what a Happy New Year, let's hope it's a good one, without any fear. Back again. Okay, so the tricky thing is applying the strumming pattern to that. So the strumming pattern that I use that keeps us going steady pretty much down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So that would be down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so quite tricky to apply that to the little embellishment thing. So down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. So on, okay? So that's the tricky thing now. Now what I'd say is practice, you know, some people, you know, who are at an intermediate standard will get this straight away. But those who are sort of beginners, I'd go through just getting the basic chords down like we went through before, just doing what I call straight strumming, and just sort of do one chord at a time, you know, start with the A, you know, maybe just play it with straight strumming, and then try the A, try playing that, you know, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so the only thing we've got left is the outro, because obviously it all repeats again. You have the verse, you have the chorus, I think there's another verse and then a chorus, and then the outro that goes to the end, which fades out. So you'd have the A chord, we go to the B minor, the E, back to the A, go to the B again, this keeps going round, E, and so forth, okay? And I pretty much just, because it fades out on the song, it'd be nice to, if they just go round once if you end it on the A chord, so all is over, if you want it, all is over. That's pretty much it. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you dug that one. It's up there with one of my favourite Christmas songs, that, and it's a good one to practice, because you know it's not an easy one. It's like I say, quite an intermediate one, so it's a good one to get your teeth into. So I'd like to take this opportunity just to thank everybody, you know, who's supported me this year and enjoyed the lessons. I've had some great comments. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed. I had a target in my head which was 2,000 for Christmas, and I'm well over that now, so I'm over the moon with that. Thanks very much. The best thing to get subscribers, I find, is word of mouth. So, you know, if you could spread the news and share my videos and, you know, just sort of recommend me to people, and then, you know, I'm going to build up the subscribers. There's going to be plenty more lessons to come in the new year. I've got some great ones lined up, a few requests I'm going to try and get through. So if you have got any requests, you know, please, probably the best way is to, you know, if you like my page on Facebook, which is Wayne R Guitar, you could post message me, send me a personal message, and, you know, I'll see what I can do within reason. Okay. I'd like to say thanks very much for Rob, the cameraman, who's not here today because it's my dad filming today. Say hello, Dad.
Hello, Dad.
Very funny. And you can normally tell me Dad's videos because they're not quite as slick as Rod's, but, you know, still appreciate it. So thanks, Dad. Like I say, thanks everybody for watching. Next year, I'm going to be looking at doing some Skype lessons. I've got a few students who do that at the moment. That's paid through PayPal. You know, if anyone's interested in that, again, you know, send me a personal message if you want to like my page on Facebook. So thanks for all your support this year. This is going to be the last lesson of the year, which is 2016, unless you're watching this in the future, but this is the last lesson of 2016. So I'd like to say thanks to everybody. Hope you have a great Christmas and a healthy New Year, and I will catch you in the new year for some great lessons. Take care. See you soon.